Today I want to take a very unique tiny home that I saw and turn it into a functional Sims home. All right, so one day this video was recommended to me and I watched it through and I was fascinated. It's a tiny little home that can be hooked up to like the back of a truck or something. It's like a trailer style thing. Functions almost as a third wheel or an RV, fifth wheel, I think some call it actually. It just connects to your vehicle and you drive it to where you want it, and you have an entire functional home inside of here. The bed converts, or the couch converts into a bed, your little dining room space here. You have a fully functional kitchen and bathroom, the whole works. Actually, they have a really cool device in this kitchen, which is kind of like a toaster oven with burners on top of it. I wish we had something like that in The Sims. That'd be so amazing. But you have your kitchen here, closet across from it, and the little bathroom area. Now, obviously, some of this stuff will just simply not function in The Sims as it is now. So my intention is to first build a version of the house that is as close to this as I can, and then I will make adjustments to make it an actual functional Sims tiny home. Now we're actually kind enough to provide like a little bit of a layout here to really give us a good look at where everything is. So the front door is here. There's a bit of a window here. This is the convertible couch. There's a sliding door here. We would need to put a real door or some kind of glass door here because it is glass. So I want to use one of the glass doors. There's a toilet here, a sink here. I don't think it would be functional in The Sims, even if we did use like one of the Discover University type showers or something like that. So yeah, I think my original version, not going to be a functional setup. In here, we have the sink. There's a dishwasher here and the microwave type device. I would probably just put like a stovetop, one of the, it's from one of the kits, I think, where we can cook in the oven on the counter. I'll probably use that for the non-functional build. I would like to try to get an actual functional oven into the full build, but we'll probably have to sacrifice the dishwasher because of it. There is a closet space here, and this is more cabinet storage. This would probably be where the fridge would go. We're here in Mount Komorebi. I thought it would be a great place to build a tiny home on this tiny lot. And looking at the basics here, a couch in the game is about 2 to 3 tiles, depending on if it's love seat or couch. I'm going to go more of the couch size, just for the fact of fitting in the table and chairs. Kind of looking at the scale of things, we would have a single tile table and 2 single tile chairs to the side, so that would be 3 tiles as well. So that's kind of where I'm aiming this. Some of the skills going to definitely be off. I can't prevent that. This is like 3 counter spaces, so that's going to make this bathroom not quite the square that it appears here. So we'll make the best of it. Well, it's not the most beautiful thing, but this is about as close as I could muster to what the actual image looks like. So as a reminder, here's the inside of the house. And there's my inside of the house. I tried to keep everything very pale and light like they did. They had a gray couch. That was the best I could do for a gray couch. Now, you might have seen it temporarily. I put the couch in there, that the Murphy bed couch, and I'm realizing that that's going to be more of our functional couch, the way to make this whole space actually function as it should. I forgot to finish off the closet there, but it's a very basic design, very basic house. I thought that this gave us the closest kind of vibes to that kind of rounded shower that they had, using items that are actually in the game. You may have noticed that I do have a custom content shower that actually is circular, like the one in the actual place we're building, but I wanted to try to make sure that you can download this without needing to get any custom content. So I don't think it's going to take much for us to make this functional. I would also like to make it look a little bit more like a real house. So one of the first things I think I would do personally is to change up the roof style. Now, this is actually shipped as a box. It's actually known as the baby box for a reason. And it's intended to have that box-like shape. But we're going to just kind of change it up a little bit, give it more of a traditional rooftop. I think that'll make it look more like a real home. I want to do it this way to bring some height to the front, but not quite that much height. And just bring it back. I think we can give it a little bit of interest by maybe providing some kind of porch area here and a little bit of a coverage for this door. I think we'll lift it up a little bit onto some kind of surface here, some kind of foundation. And I would like to do a little porch area just across the front here. But I think we'll kind of try to keep it into the space. I don't know if we want to bring this the whole way. I don't want to cut into that too much. I think we might want to keep the porch limited to there. And then we'll put in some columns just to kind of finish things off. Just the standard experienced pillar should do the trick. I think we're going to shift everything back a little bit just to give ourselves a little bit more of a front yard to work with here. We'll need a step of some sort. I think we're going to stretch it across the whole front just to open that up so it's not feeling too closed off. I like the idea of a big window there, but I think something that fits more in that space and possibly more additional windows would kind of help open things up a bit. And I kept going to these when I was looking at the window options, and I think I'm going to put that in here. I think that'll just kind of look a little cuter. I do think maybe I do want to extend this out. Maybe we'll take this out, extend the porch the whole way, bring this over to just in front of the door, and extend the porch out like so. I think that looks a little cuter. I think we can push these back just a little bit and lift the TV a little so that we're sure that that space will work. I do like these, but I think I want to kind of give them some color. This place definitely needs color. Let's go with purple. I think that'll be fun. I think we can take another one of these windows and place it down at the end here so that when you come in, you can look straight through into the window there. And I really think it'd be nice to get a window into the bathroom as well. Maybe we'll put, that's a bit too big. Maybe we'll just put this littler one in here. Speaking of color, I think we're just going to give this just a slight purple, very pale, still keeping it light so that we can see everything. You know, it's not getting too overly dark. I want to throw some subway tile into here. To me, it makes sense that we would have tile in the bathroom. I really like this picture, so we're going to just move it someplace else just over here. It already has kind of the purples in it. And we're going to go back to that Murphy bed. Okay, I think we're going to tuck this in here. If I can, I would like to find small tables to tuck in the side. I know that there are the other variations here, and that would give us like bookcases and everything, but I want for it to remain as functional as possible and hopefully still be usable by 2 Sims. I had a heck of a time finding this, but we're going to actually go ahead and delete that and delete this, and we're going to get a stove into here. So we're going to take this out. I think we'll still stick with white. We'll keep it kind of light and bright, and we'll just kind of tuck it in over there. I like having it near the window. You know, in reality purposes, it would be nice to have the window nearby. Ideally, I would move the sink over here, but I think we're going to go ahead and leave it just for aesthetic purposes, and in The Sims it will still function. Actually, another possibility, we could take this out, move this over to here, and we could place the fridge on the end over here. So we could shift this over and place the fridge there. Now, this would look nice if we had something that encases that, but we could take and build another wall here and just extend that out a little bit and fill that in like so. So then we've created a nice space there. We could even theoretically, to keep the smells separate from the kitchen, do kind of a double door situation here. Now, it does close off this area and make it feel a little, you know, more closed in, but if you're in a tight space, in reality, having someone cooking that close to you could definitely be a bit overwhelming. So I think that'd be nice. I'm realizing this has like a purple color to it. Is this actually purple? Or is it just looking purple because of the purple walls? It's kind of interesting. I think I'm going to leave these purple because I like that the fridge is kind of blending in. It's giving it kind of a finished look this way. And then I think I'm going to finish this in here with the same. Having your clothes by your cooking would not be great, but in this situation, we gotta live with what we got. Then I think I'm just going to move this picture over here. I think it'll look better there. And I don't know that there's much I could really do with the bathroom other than adding a few bits of decor. Okay, it does look like they have all the bidet features that they need. And I thought this most fit the idea of this kind of RV style home, that they would have a toilet that would be more eco-friendly. A lot of the RV toilets are kind of fully contained, and I liked the idea of that in there, but I really think I want to keep this, but I might want to just add a bit of color. I think we'll do the green in here. I think that looks really pretty. I do wish they'd done purple with this, or like the green perhaps, but we'll keep the purple. I think the purple and that color actually work out pretty well together. I do want to change out this rug and maybe bring in a bit of the purple over this way. I picked a bit of like the worst color to want to have as my accents in here, but I think this one should work. It kind of matches the lighter colors in here. And yeah, there's not a lot of purple in the game, so deciding to do this house in purple was maybe not the most brilliant idea. I feel like we need a little plant on the table. I think that would be cute. This is one of my favorite plants, but it's way too big for this table. You know, this cute little plant would be just right there. I wonder if we have a green... Yeah, more of a green base. I think would look better to try to bring the greens throughout a little bit. Okay, I think we're going to size down this for in the kitchen. Just a simple white one. I don't want to cover up the windows too much, so I was working with the shears here. And I think bringing some of the green up there, I wish we had the purple, but I think the green will work. I'll finish it off with a current mount there. I think we're going to bring both of them in just a little bit so that it's not overwhelming that window. Toss a fun little welcome mat outside. Purple to hint at what's to come. I absolutely love this Suburban Dream siding. My actual favorite color, and one that has actually had me considering making our house red, is this one. It looks so good. It's way over the top and not the kind of thing I would have normally thought I would like, but it's so good. I think I'm gonna go gray here. Just a simple gray basic siding, and I kind of like the white. It's very crisp, as it's very millennial, I guess, but I really like it. And I think we definitely need some spandrels in here to just kind of dress things up. I don't think that's gonna do the trick. I think that's a little over the top, but maybe we'll do the new happy birthday ones. And I'm thinking of changing out these for those as well. I mean, they're absolutely huge on this tiny house, but I really just like the way they look. Now we definitely need to change up the fence a little bit. I'm just not sure. I'm kind of leaning toward this. I just like the clean lines of it. It's very simple. I want to change up the front door, and I like this, but I wish we had one that was just slightly smaller. Maybe if I was to shift these over a little bit so that they're both lined up, we can do that there, and then maybe widen these steps to accommodate that. I'm not loving how that looks though. Maybe we put that back, but I don't know. I wish this looked better. It breaks that for some reason. Alright, so I agonized over this for far too long, but I came to the idea of putting the stairway on the side. So we're able to keep that kind of clean line across the front, and I think it looks better this way. I think we need a bit of a light, maybe some little flower box or something, and I need to make sure I adjust those curtains inside. All right, and a few finishing touches. My landscaping skills, not the best. I'm still working on it, but I think I like how it turned out. I'm pretty happy with just the overall. It feels cute, which is what I was aiming for. Let's take a tour inside, make sure everything works. So first things first is we need to get in here and be able to sit down. So let's see if she can walk on in there. Now, I'm sure it's going to look a little strange because, yeah, we're going to do that, but it is functional, at least. All right, now I need you to put the bed down. So see if you can do that, and if there's room. And there should be. Now, let's see if you can go ahead and nap there. No. Can you nap on this side? Okay, so for some reason, if I click on that side, she can nap on the other side. At least she can get into the bed. So I think that should count as functional. I want to see if we're able to get to this without needing to put the bed back up, because I always prefer to have that with this, and it looks like we can. And then obviously we should be able to take a shower and brush our teeth. So as long as those are all functional. And then I want to be able to have some dinner. Hopefully we are not experiencing any bad luck right now, because yeah, our luck is ordinary, so we should be all right for testing that. Everything's working out pretty well. Apparently she put something on her nose. I don't know what she's doing there. That's funny. I see it. Okay, so she's dealing with some nose strips here. You know, I have no idea where those came from. I don't know if that's a mod. I have no idea. Don't know if it's new, but you know, apparently even my sim self deals with bad pores on her nose. Okay, she seems to be able to fully cook as well. And then the next thing would be to test and make sure she can watch the TV and she can use the closet. Okay, she was able to do that. Can you wash your hands over here? Yep. Can you, let's see, try on your swimwear? Okay, closet's functional. Eat your food and turn on the TV. Let's just watch some TV. Oh, she's just trying all of the outfits on. That's not swimwear, but okay then. You can stop now. She looks like a clown. Literally. Oh, you're gonna... Where are you? Okay. Yeah. Standing to watch TV. Pretty typical of a sim. Could you maybe try sitting and eating that? That'd be much better. Alright. And then we should be able to put the bed back up. And... Oh, well, if you're gonna finish eating... we can finish eating. Put the bed all back up. There we go. Alright. And then you can have a seat and watch it. What on earth were you just doing? All right. It looks like everything functions as it should. So we're good to go. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Did we do a good job of making this non-house into a functional Sims house? And yeah, could you live in a space that tiny? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Wishing you a day full of purrs, whimsy, and wonder. Don't forget to paw that like button if you enjoyed curling up here today. And remember, stay cozy, stay kind, and stay curious.